Good morning. Welcome. Welcome everyone to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Santa Cruz County. Such a beautiful morning today to greet us in this peaceful setting. How fortunate we are to be here together. I borrowed the next few lines from Reverend Scott Taylor's "Who we listen to is who we become." Sometimes the world outside us can be so loud it leaves us feeling lost or alone. But the quiet always remains inside, waiting, willing to be our companion, gently calling us to shift our attention and to reclaim ourselves. I am Bob Campbell, today's worship associate, along with Claire Foster. We welcome everyone joining us on Zoom today and those here in the sanctuary.
Good morning. I am so happy to be back here and just want to say a brief gratitude to everybody here who sent me well wishes and held me in your heart as I was sick for basically 3 months, and I'm feeling much better now. I was not sick that whole time, but I was recovering for a big part of that time, and just so appreciate your good thoughts for me, and I'm so happy to be back. Our reading for today is called Memories from the Root Temple, Washing Dishes by Thich Nhat Hanh. When I was still a novice at Tu Hu Pagoda, washing the dishes was hardly a pleasant task. During the annual rains retreat, all the monks would come back to the monastery to practice together for 3 months, and sometimes we were only 2 novices who had to do all the cooking and wash all the dishes for well over 100 monks. There was no soap. We had only ashes, rice husks, and coconut husks, and that was all. Cleaning such a high stack of bowls was a difficult chore, especially during the winter when the water was freezing cold. Then we had to heat up a big pot of water before we could do any scrubbing. Nowadays, with liquid soap, special scrub pads, and even hot running water, it is much easier to enjoy washing the dishes. To my mind, the idea that doing dishes is unpleasant can only occur when you aren't doing them. Once you are standing in front of the sink with your sleeves rolled up and your hands in the warm water, it is really quite pleasant. I enjoy taking my time with each dish, being fully aware of the dish, the water, and each movement of my hands. I know that if I hurry in order to be able to finish so I can sit down sooner and eat dessert or enjoy a cup of tea, the time of washing dishes will be unpleasant and not worth living. That would be a pity, for each minute, each second of life is a miracle. The dishes themselves and the fact that I am here washing them are miracles. If I am incapable of washing dishes joyfully, if I want to finish them quickly so I can go and have dessert or a cup of tea, I will be equally incapable of enjoying my dessert or my tea when I finally have them. With the fork in my hand, I will be thinking about what to do next, and the texture and flavor of the dessert, together with the pleasure of eating it, will be lost. I will be constantly dragged into the future, maybe miss out on life altogether, not able to live in the present moment. Each thought, each action in the sunlight of awareness becomes sacred. In this light, no boundary exists between the sacred and the profane. I must confess, it takes me a bit longer to do the dishes, but I live fully in every moment, and I am happy. Washing the dishes is at the same time a means and an end. We do the dishes not only in order to have clean dishes, we also do the dishes just to do the dishes, to live fully in each moment while washing them, and to be truly in touch with life. I wonder how many people in the sanctuary and on Zoom this morning have ever heard bald eagle calls? And I don't mean the kind that are commonly used on television and in films, which are actually usually hawk calls. They are used in place of eagles because they sound maybe a little bit more dignified. If you've ever heard a bald eagle, you know that actual bald eagle calls are variable in kind. Some sound to my ears like what would happen if a very loud seagull were able to make the same noise as a barking seal. It's attention-getting, a little funny, and most of all, loud. There's others that sound like a descending scale that remind me of a dolphin noise, also sung by a similarly loud gull. But my favorite eagle calls are the soft trilling or chirping noises that mated pairs often make to each other. Noises so soft that they are easy to miss or attribute to another bird if you don't know what you need to be paying attention to. I had never seen a bald eagle in the wild before I moved up to Lake County. There, we are fortunate to encounter them pretty frequently because a mated pair loves perching in a tree on our next door neighbor's property, right across from our deck. The first time I went outside because I heard a loud bird making bird sounds and discovered it was a bald eagle sitting in a tree next door, I was thrilled, enchanted, mesmerized. It felt miraculous in a way to be there next to the lake and the mountain, under the sky, looking at this beautiful bird and having her look back at me. It was a moment where I consciously realized that I didn't want this awareness to become mundane or unremarkable. I didn't want to hear those noises and think, oh, it's just the eagles again. I think it was in that moment that my relationship to eagles started to change. I began to feel very curious about these birds, their lifeways, their particularities. I might these days have a whole sermon in me about how the symbolism and nature of bald eagles has been warped and misappropriated in our dominant culture over the last few centuries. But what I want to tell you about today is my ritual around what happens when I hear eagle noises. For me, these loud calls have become a mindfulness bell. When I hear an eagle call, if I am at all able to do so, I stop what I'm doing and go outside to look at them. I greet them whether or not I can see them, and if I can see them, I try to spend a moment really tuned in to what is happening. The bird, there, alive and majestic, the mountain behind them and the lake below them and the clean air all around us, all parts of this beautiful, interdependent ecosystem that we all depend on. It is a moment of awareness and connection, and it always feels miraculous. There are times when the eagles catch me doing something easy or fun, and I'm in a good mood. And those times are always nice, because I get to notice pleasant feelings even more deeply. But there are also many times when I will hear that call amidst grief, anger, or difficulty. And in those moments, I get to practice noticing what is going on and figuring out how to take care of or appropriately act on hard things. The eagles gift me with moments of being in my body, aware of my surroundings and inner landscapes in a way that is just so powerful and connective. And it has become more than just eagles. Because once I really began noticing them, I also started noticing and caring about other birds, birds of prey, songbirds, big birds, little birds, every kind of bird you can imagine. I have even taken to greeting hawks and ravens and vultures and goldfinches, to getting really excited when I see a migratory or an unusual bird. I want to know about each species and their role in our ecosystem. And through noticing and caring about the birds, I've started to care more deeply about a lot of things. The harm outdoor cats can cause to birds, the decline of insect populations, and what we can do to revitalize them, the importance of native plants and habitat restoration, the need to rematriate land to indigenous stewardship. All of this grew from being present with one eagle who likes to sit in a tree next to our deck. The spiritual practice of paying attention is no small task, especially right now. It is daunting to pay attention when we know or feel like awareness is only going to make us conscious of more horrible things unfolding in the world. Perhaps we fear that if we pay attention to anything, we really must pay attention to everything. And noticing good things in bad times can feel like we are betraying the immensity, the seriousness of those bad things if we take a moment to be present with joy or connection or pleasure. Who are we to experience those things in a time of such immense suffering? Perhaps we also fear that if we tune in and do not have a swift epiphany of some sort, we have somehow failed to be sufficiently spiritual. Does it say something bad about us if we know that doing the dishes is sacred, but sometimes dishwater just feels dull? If you know me, you know that I don't think so. Paying attention is risky because paying attention can lead us to places we may not be sure we're ready to go. It can lead us to caring, to questioning, to wrestling. For all these reasons and more, many people find it preferable to tune out rather than pay attention to what is happening to themselves, their neighbors, their communities. I want to invite us to do the opposite. To tune in no matter how daunting or scary or audacious it may seem. To risk paying attention to one small thing, perhaps even something very mundane, and then risk finding out where experiencing that thing as sacred may lead us. Earlier, I read from Thich Nhat Hanh's reflections on doing dishes. I read, each minute, each second of life is a miracle. The dishes themselves and the fact that I am here washing them are miracles. Each thought, each action in the sunlight of awareness becomes sacred. In this light, no boundary exists between the sacred and the profane. Washing the dishes is at the same time a means and an end. We do the dishes not only in order to have clean dishes. We also do the dishes just to do the dishes, to live fully in each moment while washing them, and to be truly in touch with life. So many wise people, Adrienne Marie Brown, Mariam Kaba, Robin Wall Kimmerer, to name my teachers, they've taught me that if we pay attention to one thing, and if we're willing to let our care for that thing animate our work, we will wind up caring about and impacting many things simply by paying attention to the one. This happens in all areas of life. I shared with you about eagles this morning, but I could just have easily have shared how paying attention to the way I experience the passage of time led me to caring more deeply about the ways capitalism impacts our ability to experience time, rest, and creativity. I could have talked about how paying attention to my chronic pain led me to experience the journey to my tea kettle each morning as a kind of pilgrimage, a holy moment of gratitude for my ability to get there and back. So I ask us all, what might it be like to let the sunlight of awareness touch our lives? What might it be like to hold each soapy dish as if they are a sacred relic, even if we don't feel that way? To greet the birds as teachers and kindred, to put our bodies on the line for our neighbors as an act of mindfulness and devotion. What might it mean for us to risk awareness of great sorrow and great joy? What might it mean if the dishes themselves and the fact that we are here washing them are miracles? Let us risk paying attention and find out together. Amen, Selah, blessed be. Kenya Hiratzon, may it be so. I would like to invite us all now to share in a chant together that comes to us from Thich Nhat Hanh and the Plum Village community. I first learned this chant from a dear teacher of mine when I was in college, and I'd love to invite us all to learn it together if we don't know it. So I will say the words out loud and invite you to repeat them after me, one phrase at a time. And then I think Jordan will sing through once, and then the choir will join in, and we can all join in at that point. So the lyrics go, I have arrived, I am home. I have arrived, I am home. In the here and in the now. In the here and in the now. I am solid, I am free. I am solid, I am free. In the ultimate I dwell. In the ultimate I dwell.
I have arrived. I am home. In the here and in the now. I have arrived. I am home. In the here and in the now. I am solid, I am free. I am solid, I am free. In the ultimate I dwell. In the ultimate I dwell. I have arrived, I am home. In the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am home. In the here
Thank you all so much for learning that chant if you didn't know it. I wanted to share in the closing benediction that the words we sang in our opening hymn, Hine Ma Tov, those words in Jewish tradition, at least for me, are another way of noticing the present moment. That song and the Hebrew references how good it is to be here in this moment together. And so in closing, I would like to bless us all by saying, may we know how good it is to be together in the here and in the now. May we be solid and free and dwell in the ultimate and the present together. Amen. Selah, blessed be. Kenya Hiratzon, may it be so.